Okay, hello, how are we all? We good? Welcome back. I hope you had a bloody good week. I have, it's been busy. Now, you wouldn't believe what turned up. Finally, I don't know how many months I've been waiting, but we've got the MF05 from Astrolux. It's also called the Manamico MT90P. They're probably made in the same factory actually. I definitely think they are. So here's a light. Obviously it is huge. Can you see? Yep. Like legit. This thing is massive. To give you an idea how big this thing is, I don't know if you recognise the Lamax, but Lamax is huge. Very much. Gives you an idea. Now, this, as we all know, has a fan attached. Now I ran into a bit of trouble with that. So when this turned up, the anodizing in the holes for the mount of the fan, I'd say they've tapped them to size, and then as they've anodized over the top, when the anodizing goes on, it actually grows another layer onto the aluminium. So I had to go and get some taps and trusty little shifter, and I had to redo the holes. But anyway, it fits now, thankfully. And so we'll just put that to the side. So now we've got this is the fan, nice little unit. That's where the battery goes. So it's a 21700 battery, positive in, and little cap. Now the cap does have a groove in the end for a screwdriver, but you can get it without using a screwdriver. Not the easiest to do, but you'll get it, I'm sure. Okay, she's in. See? All nice and neat. Now, I've been practicing. Watch me put this in straight away. Close enough. Now, you can see it's sitting in there, and then you tighten the knobs on the side, and they go into little grooves, little recesses, so it won't move when you're holding it. Make sure they're nice and tight. Now when you do tap, actually I'll tell you, and you might, some might know what taps are about, some might not, but I'll just lend this bit of advice. So when you get your taps, you can see you got your starter, your intermediate, and I think the last one's called a plug. And so what you want to do is you want to start off with the starter tap and get it dead in line, because it's quite, the thread has grown right down. So you want to get it out quite nice and neat with a starter tap first, okay? Just remember that and take your time with it. It's not something you want to get wrong. Anyways, so that's all assembled, and that's the beast there. You can see, for comparison, there we go. So now, another comparison that you might be more familiar with, this torch. So that's the BLF GT90. You can see, there you go. And to give you an idea just how big this thing is, here's a Acebeam K75. There you go. So you may have one of these in your collection, so to give you some reference, okay? Now I do like this light, it's very light. It's a nice thing. Righto. So, now what you'll get when this show turns up, you'll get this bag, alright? Lovely bag, yep. And if you don't want to keep your light in it, it'd be good to keep your lunch in it for work. So, it's got a fair bit of insulation. I dare say it will be the only one in the crib room like it, so you'll know it's yours. Now, we get this here bag that you'll never put it in. O-rings, just in case. And we get these little, put that down, get these little cables, and they screw apart and they join back up. And so they go in such places as here and there. And you can also put them through there if you'd like to. And they then attach to the carrying strap, which is possibly something else you will not use. Okay, so there's your carry strap. Shoulder pad if you've got soft shoulders. Okay. Now, we'll have a quick look. You may not be interested in this part, but I'm just going to pull the carrier apart. And this is just something that I thought could be done better. But because it's 2020, this light is not cheap. And so, not to complain, I'm just saying. But with your holders, now I'll see if we can get that, there's a wire in the spring. And that's because there's a lot of current going through these. Usually with other manufacturers, they would use a thicker spring or double spring. And here, it's a very, I don't know, a very cheap way of doing it, but they've put a wire through. And I just think that's a bit rough, considering what you've built here. I mean, you've built an incredible light. Why make it cheap like that? But anyways, it works. Now, the other thing you'll get in here is this little component, and that will join both carriers to each other. See, second carrier. But there we go. We'll put them all back together again. Just something I noticed, but maybe it means nothing to you. But I just think, you know, if you're going to build something that costs a lot of money, you make sure it's a good thing. But anywho, moving along. So we wind that in. Now, I have to say, if you like this channel or my reviews, like and subscribe. If you don't. But it's up to you. I prefer that you did, because I'd like to think that a lot of people are going to watch these reviews, and I enjoy doing them, and I hope you get something out of it. So, up to you anyway. So, moving on. The size and the weight. So, the head is 160 mil across, or 16 centimeters, and the height is 43 centimeters. So, you see there's definitely 43 centimeters. The weight, loaded, batteries, so you got your 18650 batteries, and you got your 21700 battery. It weighs in at 3,979 grams, or 4 kilos. Now, so, you probably want to know about the stats. So I did a little bit of measuring, and yes, I am reading off my notes. Sorry, I don't have the greatest of memories. So when I turned it on, I got 6,925 lumens when I tested it. They claim 7,500. That's not what I got, but okay. So I ran it without the fan, because I figured, just looking at the size of the thing, the heat would disperse fairly easily, and you'd probably get a pretty good runtime out of it with having so much mass. Being all aluminium, conducting the heat, and get rid of it. So after 10 minutes, we went down to 5,025 lumens at 45 degrees. And then when I had the fan on, I ran it again, and both times I started at 25 degrees. The second run with the fan on, I started at 6,925 lumens, and then we finished up at 5,100 at 38 degrees. So with the fan, 38 degrees, without the fan, 45 degrees, and the difference being 75 lumens, which your eyes probably wouldn't pick up on with 5,000 lumens with it. So the fan is justified, but if you don't have the fan for some reason one day and you want to run it, the light at full tilt on turbo, it's not a problem, you'll be fine. And so with the light. So now with the candela, because everyone's after the candela, that's why you bought this great big thing. So it's they claim 2.5 million candela. I got very close, but 2.444800. So close. And again, you would not pick the difference with your eyes. So it's definitely a 3 kilometer light, and it should be with a reflector that big. It's a monstrous reflector, it really is. But they've gone for outright throw, and this is what you've got to do. So very, very good. Now we'll go through the modes. One thing I found kind of interesting, and I thought, kudos to you. If you hit the button 4 times, I'll try and get this in the view. So you ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and see how it's blinking. And then I'll do 1, 2, So that was 7 flashes and then 6 flashes, so 7.6 volt. So you know how much is left in the battery's capacity. Okay, so that's one way of checking. Now, another thing you can do is 5 clicks locks it out, then another 5 clicks will unlock it and you can use it again. So just in case your kids wanted to grab hold of it or something like that, you can lock it out and not tell them how to do it. So, although they'll probably Google and get around you. So, then you've got 6 clicks, so you hit it 6 times, and then it turns it on to a momentary switch. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then after that, you've just got to tap it and it'll come on. And as soon as you let your thumb off, it'll obviously go off. So you can use maybe, I don't know, signaling or something like that. I can't really think of any other use for that. But so we've got some modes here, and so let's have a look. Oh, you can't really see it. I'll just put it behind me there. So I'll go back to moon. All right, so that's low mode. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fair income. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double click. 5. And then I'll hold this one to the roof because you don't want to, if you're an epileptic, you won't appreciate this bit. So there's your strobe. I'll get a little bit so you can see it. And then double click again, and it's a slower strobe. Double click again, a very slow, I think it's SOS actually. And then one more, and that is very, very faint. There we go. And that's a beacon. So if you're on an island that you come off a boat and washed up, you can signal for quite a while, I assume, because that would last a while. Now, and to turn it off, you just hold it down and it'll go out. And now, with the fan, triple click to turn it on, and then this bit's peculiar. I'm not sure why they've done this, but if you double click again, the fan will pulse. You double click again, it'll do another sort of pulse at a different tempo. I have no idea, but I guess it may run longer, not using full tilt all the time. So we go 1, 2, 3. Awkward. All right, I didn't have the screw in just enough. It will go again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, can you hear that? And that's not too bad. So we'll turn that off. Actually, just bear with me. What one have I got? This is the MS18. So if I 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've probably heard this one and may have one of these. So you can hear that fan. That's actually fairly loud. Put it down. So with their fan, they've actually done really well. It's quieter than Emily's, and it produces a fair bit of air. It obviously keeps it cooler, but in saying that, Emily's trying to cool down 100,000 lumens, where Metaminco and Astrolux are trying to cool 7,000 lumens. So here we are. But I just thought I'd play that MS18 because you know how loud that is for comparison. Anyways, okay, I think that is about it. Hope you enjoyed. If you would like to like and subscribe, please do. And now I'll go out tonight and we'll have a look. Actually, we'll go into some rivers. I found rivers aren't too bad to do beam shots because I can bounce them off the banks and usually find a bit of distance to show you how far it can go. But we'll find a few different locations. But anyways, thank you very much. Take it easy and enjoy your week. All right, stay safe. Bye. G'day. Righto. So with the Astrolux MF05 GT90, we'll do some shots here. Got a bridge beside me so we can hit it close. We'll go through it and then I'll go to the left. It goes down, I'd say about maybe 900 meters to maybe a K. But we'll have a look and see what we think. I'll put them both on turbo so you can see their max output. All right, let's go. I'll try not to put on that reflective. So this is the GT, this is the MF05. Come around here, Now I'll just hold them up in the sky. This is the MF05 GT. So you can see it's a little bit narrower, a bit more concentrated, and I don't know if you can see, but the cone of lights are about the same. Right, now, bear with me, we'll go high. Hopefully I don't drop these in the river. I don't want a bull shark to come and get me. But so that's GT, MF05. Okay. So we'll come back around. Hold them a bit more apart. And again, you can see the difference. Keep off those cars. Oh, I could hear a fish down there somewhere. Anyways, alright, we'll go to our next location. Alright, so there's the MF05, so close tree, some trees over there. Follow it around, you can see the cows. Sorry, try and zoom in a bit. We'll go back. So there's a big hose reel there. You can see that. And then there's a house, and I'll get it off them before they get upset. And we'll zoom back again. That's some decent distance. Definitely no slouch. But yeah, if you do buy one of these, you won't be disappointed. But now I'll get the GT out again, the GT90, for comparison. Righto, GT90 on the left, MF05 on the right. So as you can see, the MF05 just a little bit more concentrated, but I'll tell you what, it's hard to pick the difference. But you can see the hose reel there, moving along. I might leave that house alone for a bit. And so you can see, maybe you can't, hopefully you can, you can see that the GT sort of fades a little bit earlier than the MF. So yeah. Now I'll just raise it up into the sky. You can see the beams there all the way out. Geez, the MF definitely goes further, definitely. But you'd only pick it if you had them side by side. Okay. Let's see. Can you see the cows there? Can you zoom in on them? They're asleep, so they won't notice the light. So can you tell the difference there? No, both wicked lights, great. They're a good thing. Alright, we'll turn them off. Righto, so we've got TK75 with the SBT90 in it, and then we've got the MF05. I just thought I'd change it up a little bit. Can you zoom down the end for me? It's about, I don't know, maybe 600 metres. I know it's not 3 k's, but just so you can see this is the MF05, and then you got the TK75. See the difference? But yeah, that extra large reflector certainly concentrates a lot more of the light into the beam. As you can see, it's just an animal. It's great. Yeah, can't see any fish today. But yeah, and that's the MF05 by itself. Oh, fantastic. Alright, hope you enjoyed the view. Like and subscribe if you'd like, and I'll see you next week. Bye.